when your anus is stuck full of cotton wool, don't attempt jumping over a bonfire. I know that they have become so bellicose because they think that the only way the NPP can find any semblance of crawling anywhere closer to the seat of power is to demonstrate false bravado and to be involved in grandstanding, to make very bellicose statements that will raise the stakes. They think that that is what they can do in coming back. But let me say it clear, by the grace of Allah, NPP is as close to power as a dry fish is from the river. He meant, Ramsey was so gratuitous, if my English is not wrong. He was too overly flattering or grateful to Dr. Bawumia. And that's his nature. He's a very kind and generous person. Look, nobody, David, in the face of this country has ever suffered such a devastating electoral defeat. Ramsey, as Dr. Bawumia has done, am I lying? Yes. This was the most comprehensive walloping of a candidate in an election at the level of the presidency since our country was founded. So when you are so comprehensively beaten, when you are so totally trounced, walloped in an election, in the first case, you may even be dazed. But two, it is easier and quicker for Bawumia to have made that concession in order to save any little bit of credibility or this and that was left to him, than to wait, to drag the process only for this humiliating defeat to come at the end. This is worse. So anybody with some degree of sound judgment would have found it plausible to do what he did. Look, you've looked at the figure. Hey, Massa, the thing is more than I thought. It's comprehensive. Look, let me just save face and come out and do what is proper. So there's no doubt about the point that Ramsey made, that in doing that, it helped calm down nerves. It did all those other things. Were fantastic points that he made. But the motivation did not just arise out of a nationalistic spirit that Bawumia suddenly developed, that he was the biggest patriot who loved this country so much that he decided to come and make it. He made it under that compulsive environment where the results were so overwhelming that he wanted to claw back a certain semblance of respectability and some dignity left. So let him make that concession fast and save face. So that must have been the more compelling fact. Even as you know right off the fact that in doing that, it calmed down nerves, it did all the things that you were going to do. But there was a bigger overriding factor. He didn't do it as a Father Christmas. He did it out of compulsion and he saw it. And I don't believe that's changed. This statement has brought to the fore. If the statement, as you rather said, if it is uttered by him, yeah, brings to the fore that this statement that you made could not have been something that he did out of a nationalistic spirit and others. So I think that ought to be said. David, you see, the man you know very well, you don't, in the daytime, you don't light a torch to identify him in the night. Ghanaians today know who the NPP is. They know them. Ghanaians have seen them. Ghanaians have tested them. Ghanaians have endured them, especially the last years, and they say never again by the grace of Allah Almighty. So the noises they are making and the hard ball they are playing in the hope that they can claw back some this thing, it's just Ghanaians. That's why when they do this thing, it doesn't get traction. Because Ghanaians know who they are. Who doesn't know that one of the most oppressive governments we have had in this country, if they are not even military, the NPP has even passed the military. Military regimes. The NPP has been more oppressive than the decent. What is worse, David? That we all at least claim that we are godly, whether we are Muslims, Christians, traditional worshippers and others. To go and arrest somebody in a church, inside the church. You go inside the church and arrest him. You even allow him to worship his God and come out at the doorstep of the church. Then you take him. You go inside and arrest him. David, the NPP has broken people's doors, traumatized people's wives and their families, even Nana Akufo-Addo, and picked them from their homes and gang. They take them like they are West. Not even the Al Qaeda suspects were chained like that by the NPP. NPP chained people like that in this country. But Mona sitting here. I have had the opportunity to go to a number of places to go and demonstrate for his freedom. What did he do? Speech. He just said this is bad for our country. As a patriot, he cannot sit down and see these things happening without raising his voice. And they pick him up, incarcerate him. I sitting here.